I don't care what Disney told you, but never, ever, ever judge a man based off of how charming he is. One of the most unnerving qualities of a man you could base your judgment or approval of him on is how charming he can be. Because charm can be so deceptive, and it's so much more important to judge a person, not just how they appear on the outside, but inside. What are their motivations? What's going through their head? What's their reason or their intention behind every single thing that they do? And what are the emotions behind the things that they say? When it comes to Jeremiah Fisher, literally all that I can hear Jeremiah girlies praise him for is his ability to be charming. But in this word itself is this quality to be manipulative. To charm or to enchant someone is to know how to say the right things at the right time or do the right things at the right time for the intention of coming off as this nice guy character. Like I've said, charm or being charming is actually one of the first red flags you should always be aware of when you're forming new friendships, when you're dating, when you're evaluating who's a safe person to form a relationship with. I would absolutely have red flag alert on for anybody who is extraordinarily charismatic and charming, because you cannot let someone's good talent for making a first impression color all of your opinion about them throughout other situations. I say red flag goes up for me, not because that automatically means that they're bad, but because it automatically signals to me anytime I make a friend, like, okay, be aware that just because they're coming off as super outgoing and nice and kind doesn't signify that there's true kindness inside of them. And what are their motives for coming off so charismatically in this type of setting or that type of setting? What's the true nature of their character? You can't judge somebody and their goodness based on their charisma. Because more often than not, people are putting on a mask or they're putting on a performance for you. And you will find that people who fit the profile of toxic in a relationship, friendship, family, people who fit the profile for being narcissistic typically have an extraordinary ability to be very charming and nice. You're not going to meet somebody who's an abuser that doesn't know how to be nice some of the time. Like, that will be extraordinarily rare that you meet someone who's just always clearly toxic all of the time. Like, they know how to be kind and they know how to be charming at just the right moments. And so charm for me is actually an unnerving quality to be the foundation of why you approve of somebody. And more unnerving qualities to be aware of are contempt, an inferiority complex, an ego that is willing to forfeit or exploit other people's happiness for the sake of their own benefit. Those are extremely unnerving qualities. Someone who's willing to lie to come off a good way, but actually inside they are a very different character, or they have very different motivations, or they have different knowledge than they're sharing with you. Someone who projects all of their inner turmoil onto someone else and expects what's going on inside of themselves to be other people's problems for other people to fix. That's what genuine toxicity is, and that's what we consistently see from Jeremiah. And what I see of people like calling Conrad toxic for is because he's not charming and he's not one to put on a facade or put on a face. Sometimes this means that he's blunt, or sometimes this means that he's not good at communicating, even just like a basic, hey, this is where I'm at right now. Is this okay? I'm gonna do this, but I'll call you back later. That's understandable. He's not very charming, but his intentions inside are pure gold and they are good. And it's the difference between the two characters that I can't understand why can't understand how people don't see this. But some people didn't watch Beauty and the Beast. Some people didn't watch Pride and Prejudice. It's a classic trope, okay? Do not trust the guy who seems like he's more charming. Charm is deceptive.